हरे कृष्णा, दंडवत प्रणाम प्रभु जी।
Hare Krishna, Nagamaji.
प्रभु जी, धन्यवाद प्रणाम।
Good to see you. Really good to see you. Hare Krishna, that Namaji. Okay, let's check.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी, धन्यवाद प्रणाम।
Hare Krishna. Present moment मैं आपको देख नहीं पा रहा. But Hare Krishna. Different screen. Oh God. What's happening?
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी, धन्यवाद प्रणाम।
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. तो मेरा सिस्टम बहुत ज्यादा
Hare
भारी
Krishna.
हो गया. Hare Krishna. Good to see you.
Same here,
Just
sir.
give me a second. Let me.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी, धन्यवाद प्रणाम।
Hare Krishna. Now, just let me organize my screen. शायद अब चल जाए. Yeah, I think अब चल जाएगा. Pranamaji, Hare Krishna. Kashish Maji, so nice to see you, Hare Krishna. Okay, this is Neelam Hotmani and his Prabhu, right?
Yeah, Bisham Hotmani.
Yes. You got your reference from
Krishna.
Nityananda Prabhu.
Yes, sir.
So good to see you here. Thank you, Hare Krishna. Aarti, if I am correct, you are logging in from Canary Island? Hare Krishna. Welcome. Pranamaji, Nepanimaji, Hare Krishna. We have got more than one Pranas. Madhavan, good to see you, Hare Krishna. He's one of our youngest members, an exception. Ashwan, Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी,
जिनको मैं देख पा रहा हूँ. So, all right. So we have got. We are right on time. So हमें और wait नहीं करना. Let's begin right away. Hare Krishna. So, yeah, welcome. I believe आप लोगों को screen दिखाई दे रही है. Screen working, right? I just wanted to confirm this. So this is the first in line in our orientation. There will be continued orientation after 1 week or so, because the course is the nature of the course is such that you would be requiring more orientations, 2 to 3 orientations to actually get set with the course. So I'll start with the prelims today, what it is about. Since the course is in English, oh God, again, wait. Electricity. Anyway, so since the course is in English, so we will have the orientation in English. Okay, you let me know if you require Urdu. So then I'll switch to Urdu. Okay. So I could have done a small. Okay, maybe let's try doing. How many of you are familiar with Prabhupada's books? How many of you are familiar with Prabhupada's books? Let's see. Let's see a raise of hands. How many of you are familiar with Prabhupada's books? Ever read a Prabhupada book in your life? Ever read? Even once? Okay, maybe half? Okay. All right.
Yes,
All right.
yeah.
Okay. Quite a few of you. Okay. So thank you. You can put your hand down. So what do you like? Okay, let me thank God. Okay. And let there be light. Okay, let me choose a random volunteer. Okay, Dr. Prerna, because there are 2 Prernas. Okay. What have struck you in Prabhupada's books till yet? Something that struck you. and I'd hit you, and made an impression. You have to turn on your microphone.
Yes, Prabhuji. Especially like karma. Main thing is karma. जो मुझे ना पहले नहीं पता थी कि कर्मा क्या होता है.
Concept. The concept of karma. This one thing.
Concept, especially karma. What is the concept of karma, dharma?
Okay.
What is Sanatan Dharam? जो हमें कुछ भी
That's
idea ही नहीं
another.
था, सारी चीजें पता चली.
Okay.
That is the
Okay.
thing.
For people, okay, for like newcomers, that's like introducing into the philosophy. Okay. I'm not looking for volunteer picking them up. Aarti Mataji, would like to add something? Or your perspective on Prabhupada's books? Any one thing you would like to highlight?
I have just one introduction book of Prabhupada in which there was a life story how he started from
I see.
from his guru instructions, and the guru said that you need to go out and preach. So like he said, if you have to publish the book till the time you have last money with you. So that clicked him a lot. So it's very inspiring, and how he went to the Western countries in spite of facing so much problems, and still he was very much dedicated, devoted. So that's very inspiring.
Okay, so Prabhupada's struggle and Prabhupada's dedication to the instructions of his spiritual master is what struck you, is what inspired you. Okay, thank you. So yeah, there are different like two aspects. I mean, it's Krishna's mercy. One about his books, and another experiences about the author. So you see, it's like they can come together. So you know what he speaks and how he lives by it. So yes, so Bhakti Shastri will be. It's actually not an introductory course. Let me at the outset clarify this. Bhakti Shastri was never meant to be an introductory course. It's you can say it's a mid-level course. It's like somewhere down the line when you are a little bit habituated to Krishna consciousness, then Bhakti Shastri is a very good. It's more of an education program. Bhakti Shastri is more of an education program, but it's the one of the first in the line of the education program. So those who are very new to Krishna consciousness, they will find it challenging. Let me present you that there will be some amount of pain involved. Okay, so however, yes, it's a fact that a 6 months journey will certainly help you evolve, and we'll try with our facilitators. So Bhakti Shastri basically means we will be studying some principles of Krishna consciousness, of Bhakti, using these 4 books. Okay, so Shastri courses. ISKCON has some standard Shastri courses like Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav, Bhakti Vedanta, and also now Bhakti Sarvabhauma. So these are like progressive courses. These are progressive courses. Bhakti Shastri being one of the first in the line of this education program. Okay, it's like a little more evolved thing. So in Bhakti Shastri, we are basically dealing with these 4 books of Prabhupada. Okay. The Bhagavad Gita itself, that is the whole of the Bhagavad Gita. The other book called Nectar of Devotion, it's like the Sanskrit, the summary study of the Sanskrit book called Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. And it is that book has got 4 parts within that book. We will be dealing with the first part. Nectar of Instruction, it's Sanskrit equivalent of Upadeshamrit. It's a smaller book, but nevertheless a very fundamental books of our line. Okay. And the last but not the least, Ishopanishad. Okay. Of course, it is not in the same order that we will be reading these books. We will be reading these books. We will be using these books to basically understand certain aspects of Bhakti. Say for example, okay, let's see. How many of you are familiar with Renan Martin, the grammar book? Outside of Pakistan, many people might be knowing that. Okay, yeah, Renan Martin. Yeah. So many of them will, the older generation, they will be familiar with the Renan Martin book. You remember that Renan Martin book? So is that the only book to study grammar? No, that's probably not the only book to study grammar. There can be many other books, right? So when I'm reading the Renan Martin book, I'm studying grammar, the subject, not the book. Is it not? When I'm using a book on medicine, say for example, on pharmaceuticals. So I'm studying the subject pharmaceuticals, pharmacy, not exactly the book. So in Bhakti Shastri, we will be using these 4 books similarly, not just exactly to study the book, but actually to study some of the values, principles, practical applications. That just like just like Prerna at the outset told me that in Bhagavad Gita, sorry, the introductory books I like. What is the introductory book you wrote about, that you read about karma? Can you name the book? Prerna, Mulani, the book from where you read about karma.
Bhagavad Gita से ही पढ़ा है because I read Bhagavad Gita.
Okay, Bhagavad Gita. All right, Bhagavad Gita is the book where you can read about karma.
And
So
Science of Self-Realization book है, उसमें भी है
oh,
karma.
You see. So is it the book or is it the topic? So we are reading the topic. So when you're reading the topic, the same topic can be read from Science of Self-Realization. Same topic can also be learned from Bhagavad Gita. Similarly, we will be having some topics about spiritual life, spiritual principles, and we will be developing our understanding, our knowledge, our personal application, how can we apply it in our personal lives. Some maybe about teaching, also teaching applications, okay, and certain values like integrity, okay, honesty, integrity. So these all things will be our subject matter, and the reference points will be these 4 books. Okay, this is going on record, so then you can always come back and hear it again, because you might be requiring this. This is new for you. So the next thing about these books, okay, how many of you have got all these books? How many of you have got all of these books? Okay, how many of you do not have all of these books? Please put your hand down. How many of you do not have all of these books? Okay, all right. So then we will try to arrange for you these books, certainly. Those who are within Pakistan, they can, we can certainly arrange it for you. I think Damni, is she around? I'm not sure. I think Damni is not. All right. So we will be shooting a message in the group, in our WhatsApp group. So those of you who do not have these books, please message us. We will arrange the books. And as far as possible, there is no charge for this. By the way, Bhakti Shastri program does not has any fee structure. We discourage the culture of fees. So, because spiritual education is not on sale. So we do not encourage fees. However, those devotees who want to give voluntary donations are free to do so. But there is no such fees. All right, so we will talk about it later on. So these books we will try to arrange, okay, because you will be requiring these books. And for since the course is starting tomorrow, such a short notice, what you can do at the outset is you can have the soft copies that can be sent immediately right away. Okay? So those who do not have the hard copies, you can send the soft copy as a stop there. By that time, we can arrange the books for you as well. Okay. All right. So next, let's move on. Oh. All right. Now these are some norms for classroom behavior. Okay. So this is going to be classroom. There's some classroom behavior. Okay. So I'm not very sure how well the first one works for the course, because in most of the online courses, people are invisible and sometimes like non-traceable as well. So, so I'm not very sure about it. Just be present, I would say. Okay, just be present. Please raise your hands to contribute and get used to the Zoom. How many of you are familiar with Zoom? How many of you are familiar with Zoom? There might be, I'm expecting students who might not be so much familiar with Zoom. Okay. Gradually you will be, I hope so that you'll be familiar with Zoom. Who is this Motorola? Motorola Moto G6. Please identify yourself. Generally, we would expect, we do have some expectations. Okay. So that's one of the first expectation is you will log in by the name through which you have registered yourself. Okay. So in some cases, we might choose to remove that particular candidate from the discussion if he or she fails to identify herself for himself. Okay. Because we are not looking for gate crashers. They're all invitees. Okay, you're all invited, and we are grateful that you have come here. You have accepted our invitations. However, we are not looking for gate crashers. Okay. So anyway, all right. So back to our norms. Basic norms. See, we will value students' contributions, whether we agree with them or not. Okay. Even if the others might not agree to what a particular student has to say, we will value his effort that he has or she has contributed at least. He's not keeping silent or mum, or not keeping it to himself. We'll refrain from side conversations. I don't know how well does that work. You will be having the recordings anyways. You can always go back and listen to the recordings. Okay. This is also fifth. Also, I am not very sure how much can you abide by that. Try to minimize that because these sessions are going to be intensive. It's going to be intense. Sixth point is requires some explanation. We will observe confidentiality within and without the classroom. And why is that? Why do you think? Why is that? Any ideas? Why is that? Why probably is that so? What is so confidential about it? Any ideas? There can be issues which is confidential in nature when we are discussing some case studies. Okay. And the case study by itself might be very juicy if it is taken out of context. Okay. But within the context, it has a value, particular value. So therefore, those case studies may not be discussed outside the classroom without the context. Well, this is an education program. Okay? So the idea is to educate help educate the devotees without getting into backbiting or bad mouth, foul mouthing. Okay, that's the idea. There is a chat message. Kashish, Hare Krishna. All right. We will refrain from borrowing strength from status of position here. So the basic idea is the bare minimum, it's not a bare minimum or maximum, that is the identity here. Everybody is a student, including the facilitator. Okay. Everybody will be a student here, including the facilitator. Therefore, nobody holds a superior position and nobody is expected or shall be allowed to borrow strength from their status of position. Nobody is senior here to someone else. So for education in a classroom, everybody has got equal status and position. You might have status of position outside of the class, so that has to be left outside the door of that online classroom. Within the class, everybody is equal. The right of the individual to withdraw without stating reasons from any exercise, which makes you feel unduly comfortable. Say, for example, there's a whole classroom exercise. There will be lots of interaction. There's going to be lots and lots of interaction. In Bhakti Shastri, as I said, it's a mid-level course. It's not an introductory course. So there will be lots of participation, interaction. Then during that interaction, somebody might feel uncomfortable at a particular kind of exercise. So that person, if he or she chooses, he or she can withdraw from that particular exercise without having stating a reason. Okay. This is your right as a student. If you feel that you're not comfortable with that exercise, you can withdraw. All right. Nobody will be asking questions about it. Why this is so? Because of the next point. Because we are all responsible for our success in achieving our desired goal or objectives. Okay. So this program, the Bhakti Shastri program, unlike other programs which like we are accustomed to, especially in Southeast Asia, which are based around teacher-centric studies, this is going to be a student-oriented learning. This is student-centered learning. That means if you are here to study Bhakti Shastri, the onus is on you, not the facilitator. In fact, Bhakti Shastri do not have any teachers. Bhakti Shastri program does not have any teachers. Okay. Just to drive the point home, I'm repeating it the third time. Bhakti Shastri programs do not have any teacher. Let me show you that. In case you have, this has escaped your attention. Let me show this to you. Where is, I'm sorry, it might take some time for me to again bring it back on screen. Damini, are you around? Damini around? Because it will take me some time to bring that back. My system is not very. Let's see if I can still do that. Just give me a second. Yes. Oh, this is also has a problem. Okay, this has a problem. I'm pretty sure you have seen this. This is not correct. Let me show you this. Many of you must have seen this. This is not correct. Needs to be corrected. Have you paid attention here? How many of you have seen this? Okay. Okay. This part not correct. It needs to be corrected. I have to ask Damini to correct this. There are no such thing as speakers here. It's only facilitators. Speakers is for a seminar. It's not a seminar, this is an education program. So I believe that needs to be corrected. I'll correct it. All right. Okay, over to the next point. I'll ask you to raise your hands to ask questions. Let me just finish with this, and then we can have questions before we move on to the next stage. Okay. So, we will confront issues or behavior, not people. Okay. So we are not discussing people. We might be discussing particular issues centered around some people, but we are discussing the issues, not people. Okay. So this is not a personal confrontation. And if there is an agreement within the class, everybody agrees to that agreement, we'll honor it. Say, for example, like the timing. So for the timing is concerned, we will be, we are not going to punish the devotees who are here on time. Okay. We won't be punishing the devotees on time, though like we will start on time and we'll finish on time. Okay. Questions. Hare Krishna. Questions till now? Okay, Aarti, go ahead.
Prabhuji, I'm not understanding the timings. They are saying 12 p.m. Sometimes they say Mumbai, sometimes they say Pakistan time. So what will be the Canarian time then? Because
Yeah,
we are 4.5
let's see.
hour.
Yeah, that's like
So because they said 12 p.m. Mumbai time. So that was 7:30 here. But finally the class started at 8 o'clock. So I did not understand exactly which time.
This was supposed to be Pakistan time, 12 p.m. We started at 12 p.m. Pakistan time. And what's the
But
time?
when the link came, if you see the link, it is written 12 p.m. Mumbai.
That's a
So
mistake.
that is because in future of
That's
the
a
time,
mistake.
because I have few more classes like memorizing shlokas and all. So I might clash the classes. So I want a particular time so that I organize my schedule
Okay.
accordingly.
So, okay, let's discuss the class timings.
Thank you.
Okay, let's start with let's go to the class timings straight away. So this is, I believe most of you have received this, right? This is a tentative schedule and calendar. So you will find the timings here. Wait. You see, this is the Pakistan time and this is the Indian time. Actually, initially, this course was supposed to be a combined India-Pakistan program, Indian students joining. But somehow no Indian students joined. So it is then exclusively like students from Pakistan. So now this is going to be the timings. Okay. So accordingly, you can calculate your Canary timings. See if it makes sense and if it's practical for you. I'm not sure. Please see to this. And I believe it might be post midnight for you then. Is it so? Aarti, your microphone is off.
Yeah, 7:30 p.m. will be around, I think I need to see what will be the timings. 4 hours ahead will be, yeah. I think catch up. It will be 3:30 around
My God,
because, yeah.
I don't believe this. So then every like 3 days a week, you will be attending the Mangala Aarti with us. God, sorry. Yeah, by the way, Aarti Hassani, right?
Yes.
Good. So yes, so this is the timing, and like it is going to be a 2 hour or two, and this is again a mistake. It's going to be 2.5 hour session. So many mistakes. No, 2 hour session. Sorry, sir. It's 2 hours.
And
Sorry for
Prabhuji,
that.
what is the meaning of this essay per unit? Unit 1, 1.
We're
So that
coming.
is one
We're
essay
coming.
per unit?
We're coming. We're coming to that. That's part of the assessment.
Okay.
That we might not even discuss it today. We'll discuss it in
Okay.
the next orientation. I mean, we will cross the bridge when we reach there. Okay, right? So for now, this is the timing, and the classes will be held from Monday to Wednesday. All right. And then we will be discussing the tests and all the other assessments later on. We'll be discussing, there's a whole lot of things on assessments we will be discussing. Let's discuss for now, let's discuss the course before we come back to the calendar. So I just answered your question. Let's go back to the course. All right, so here we are. So this is like why you need classroom norms. This Prabhupada is himself speaking about classroom norms. Okay. Just like if you enter into any education institution, if you don't surrender yourself to the rules and regulations of the institution, how can you get advantage of the knowledge imparted by the institution? Okay. So the idea, there are some rules, just like, oh, no rules, bend the rules, rules are for the fools. Not exactly. Okay. So you're not bending those rules, because how can you take advantage of the knowledge imparted? Prabhupada is speaking about it. So it's the objective is education. The objective is not subjugation. So objective is education. Everywhere, wherever you want to receive something, you have to be controlled, or you have to be surrendered to the rules and regulations. If you do not follow the rules and regulations of this class, it is not possible to receive the knowledge. Therefore, there were certain norms. But this is important to establish the norms beforehand. Something in the chat box that you see. Geetika, Hare Krishna. I'm so happy to see you back, Geetika Maji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Extremely happy. So we have got students like from see, there will be many guest students as well from our past Bhakti Shastras. They might come and refresh themselves. I already have like accomplished their Bhakti Shastri, but there will be visitors. All right. So next, let's go on. What do you hope to, or maybe I should say, what can you expect? Okay, let's put it this way: what can you expect, rather than having an interaction? So these are some of the aims of the Bhakti Shastra. So Prabhupada is speaking about, we will be holding an examination. It's not a course for nothing. Okay, there is an examination because there is a course, and therefore there is a certification. So we will be holding examinations, our students, and those who will pass will be awarded the title Bhakti Shastri. So the title has been awarded by Prabhupada, not us. So anyone comes and tells you what is the value of this paper, what is the value of this thing, that thing, Bhakti does not require any examination. Okay. Tell them this is like I am in the queue for the prasadam given by Prabhupada. The prasadam. Just say for example, Prabhupada, okay. You see Prabhupada. So for example, we must welcome Rasal Prabhu over here. Hare Krishna Rasal Prabhu. It's so good to see you over here. Thank you.
Just wanted to
Yeah.
see the devotees here.
I missed you because I was fixated on the screen. Sorry. Thank you. So here we have Rasal Prabhu, my very good friend, and possibly one of the facilitators. As I said, facilitators, you don't have any teachers. We have got Rasal Prabhu over here. Okay. So Prabhupada, say for example, Prabhupada. Okay. So Prabhupada is standing here, okay, on this side, and he is distributing sweets. Okay. How many of you will rush to take the sweets from Prabhupada? How many of you will rush to take the sweets from Prabhupada? All right. Okay. Okay. I assume most of you. Okay. So then you might see. I might think that okay, there is so much, like this area become crowded because everybody is rushing to take sweets from Prabhupada, right? So I can choose to stand on the other side and have the same like bowl of sweet balls. So how many of you are going to rush, leave Prabhupada and come to me to take the sweet balls? None. Right? None. So that is the importance. It's not of the sweet ball, but who is giving the sweet ball. Right? So that is exactly what Bhakti Shastra is. It is not the paper, but who is giving you the Bhakti Shastra. That's Prabhupada. Okay? That's why it's important for us. It is his wish, his desire, that I will see his desire. You see, with these examinations, I wish to encourage all my disciples to very carefully learn the philosophy of Krishna consciousness. Because, why? Because there are so many preachers required to bring this message to all of the corners of the earth. And that's exactly why Bhakti Shastri is one of the aims of Bhakti Shastri, is to have preachers of Krishna consciousness. We're having it from like the last Bhakti Shastri, which we just concluded 1.5 months ago. We already have around half of those students as preachers. Already. Some of them are here, I believe, who will be joining the Bhakti Shastras. It's like we have got Aruna here, we have got Prerna Nirvani here, we have got Prerna Mulani here. I can see students who are already into that. We have got Komal, I believe it's Komal Mangwani. Yeah. So, yeah, there's Kashish Kevlani, I believe. Yeah, this is Kashish. Kashish Mulani. Kevlani, I'm sorry, the Kumari. So many of them are already here. So that's one of the objectives, not the only objective, one of the objectives.
Proji, was just one thing wanted to mention here. We have Aarti Mataji here from Lanzarote, from Spain, Canary Islands. She's a Sindhi, and she's willing to be she's wanting to be a preacher, and almost she has learned, memorized the 10th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. And she's very kind of fired up devotee. She's wanting to have a center in Lanzarote and probably sponsor the center also herself.
As we say, inshallah.
So she's from the Canary Islands.
So yes. So yeah, you're at the right place at the right time. And we hope that we sincerely pray that Canary Island has got will have its own local preachers. Yeah, that's what matters. That's what matters the most, actually. How many localites are there preaching there? So Prasad Prabhu is like the visitor, and you are the host. So that's going to be that way. Yeah, and the host starting hosting other And as we know, Canary Islands has got lots of a big Sindhi diaspora. So we hope that, yeah. And you have, and there the Sindhi diaspora, you have got the local Sindhis here. So with that kind of association, we hope that it should work. Okay. How do we say that? Tamaki ayo.
Right, Guruji.
Right? Tamaki ayo. Okay. Okay. Mukhe Sindhi natte acche.
दाढ़ी सुट्टी सिद्धि आएगा
Sindhi natte acche.
दाढ़ी सुट्टी आएगा यहाँ सुट्टी
Okay. All right. So let's go. So okay. Another aim of the Bhakti Shastri along with literature. How the students studies the Vedas under the master for some time. This Bhagavad Gita, you see, Prabhupada is writing this in Bhagavad Gita. At least from the age of 5 to 20, he may become a man of perfect character. May, not necessarily, but it is expected. Okay. Study of the Vedas is not meant for recreation of armchair speculators, not for recreation, but for the character, for formation of character. That's the central idea of Bhakti Shastri. Development of our character by studying Bhagavad Gita, by studying the books by the Shastras. So it will have a lot of stress on that. And our examination model is also largely based on that. So that we can see development of our character. Part of that is like cheating in Bhakti Shastri is out of question. Okay. It's like one of the 4 defects of any conditioned soul. Okay, to cheat. But Bhakti Shastri is one program where we strive to get over that propensity. So yeah, the values to help students understand and appreciate the mood and mission of Prabhupada, just as Arti Maji spoke about reading the first book on Prabhupada, his life story. So yes, one of the aspect or objective of Bhakti Shastri is to appreciate the mood and mission of Prabhupada and to perpetuate that understanding in the ISKCON society. So we are not just the armchair philosophers studying about Prabhupada, but we are trying to also emulate the mood and mission of Prabhupada. So the modules will be somehow distributed like this. Okay, they'll be distributed into 6 units. There are a couple of messages. Okay. There are a couple of so this is going to be 6 units. The first unit will be talking about dharma, and we will be discussing Bhagavad Gita. Okay. The second unit also we will be discussing the yoga ladder and jnana from Bhagavad Gita. This is the first 6 chapters of Bhagavad Gita. And then it will be followed by nectar of instruction and nectar of devotion, where we will be talking about sadhana bhakti. These 2 books we will be using to learn the subject of sadhana bhakti. Remember, we discussed when we are reading grammar, we are not reading Wren and Martin. Similarly. So we will be using these books to focus on these topics, sadhana bhakti. Then middle 6 chapters of Bhagavad Gita, 7 to 12, we will be stressing, we will be using to emphasize and look into the topic of Ananya Bhakti. Ananya Bhakti. Ananya Bhakti means only Bhakti, nothing but Bhakti. Okay. Then part of the modes of material nature, how to elevate ourselves, extricate ourselves from the modes of material nature. We will be looking into the last 6 chapters of Bhagavad Gita. So you see, Bhagavad Gita is taking care of the first 2 units, the 4th and 5th unit. Okay. Whereas the nectar of instruction and nectar of devotion is taking care of the 3rd unit. And in the 6th unit, we will be discussing how to preach from the Bhakti Shastras. That is the central theme of Ishopanishad. Also discussing the values in Bhakti Shastra. It's not a separate unit, but it will be like, like sparsed out. And that is what brings us to the most meaty subject, the most, lucrative subject, the seventh, the qualities of a Bhakti Shastri. It is here that we will be listening from the who's who. The who's who in ISKCON, the really advanced devotees in ISKCON, not just senior, but really highly advanced devotees. There will be guests for the seventh unit. By the way, the seventh unit will not be assessed. Okay? Oh God, at least we don't have one assessment. We're short of one. Won't be any assessments. Okay, for this. Okay. But this is will be sparsed out. Now let's, yeah, that's what it is. Okay, we will talk about assessments another day. Okay. Today, the first day, let's not stress you. Let's not scare you with something called assessment. Okay. No talk about assessments today. Okay. Now let's simply talking about, let's go back to the schedule and look at it a bit. All right. Any questions till now before I move on to this next section? Questions? Clarifications? Disclaimers? Rejoinders? Critics? Nah. All right. Let's go to the calendar. So let's have a look at the calendar. We're starting, as we understand, we'll be starting it from tomorrow, today being 12th of April. So we aim to finish this by October. Okay. Actually, we aim to finish it. Okay, let's see how does it go, because we will be having a Janmashtami break in between. Okay. So that Janmashtami break is also not mentioned here. I think this this calendar needs some retweaking. I'll do that.
It is Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, go ahead, Mataji.
Prabhu, this is not the actual calendar.
Where's the actual calendar then?
I will
I'm
send.
missing something, right? I'm missing something, right? Okay.
This is not the
Please
actual
send me
calendar. I've sent a different. This is not a calendar.
Right. Right. That's why I was thinking that this might require some retweaking. So let's see what Damni has sent us. Damni Mataji, I'm yet to receive the calendar. Since we will be discussing the calendar. I have the calendar.
Prabhu, भेजा है मैंने.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. All right. So let's have the calendar. So there will be a few things needs to be adjusted, I believe. But still, like this one is good. But the calendar, yeah, it's pretty much the same calendar. You know why? Because we need to add, Damni, please note this down. Damni, please note this down that we need to add the Janmashtami break in between.
Prabhu, it is mentioned in Bhagavad Gita session 13 to 18.
Yes, but it has to be more pronounced.
Okay.
Okay. Please note it down. I'll make the necessary changes. It has to be more pronounced. You know the leaves, that should be more pronounced, right? Yes. So then the students have got some breathing space and they know that they have one. Okay. All right. So you see here, that's why it's written facilitator. Damni, we need to also rectify our pamphlet. It says speakers. There's nothing called speakers. So there's going to facilitator. The first facilitator is going to be Leela Priya Sharma Mataji, and the session you can see is like almost spread around 1 month. The first unit, okay, will be spread around 1 month. So this is going to be, Leela Priya Sharma Ji's Bhagavad Gita first 6 chapters, where we'll be stressing on dharma, and we'll be stressing on the yoga ladder and jnana yoga. Okay. So at the end of this, you can see, these are all Monday to Wednesday calendar. We will be having, what is this online? This is going to be CBA. Yeah, it's a CBA, you see. The CBA, as it's written here, it stands for Closed Book Assessments. Okay, it stands for Closed Book Assessments. That means you will be taking up exams, but you cannot consult the book. Have you ever heard of an exam where you can consult the book? How many have you ever heard of an examination where you can consult the book? No? No? Neelam Mataji, it's a yes, it's a no.
Yes, we have. We are having open book assessments as well. But
Oh yeah, we do
book
have.
assessments.
Oh yeah, you do have. Okay, she's an insider. She's the insider. She knows that. Yes, we will be having open book assessments as well. The idea of open book assessment is to help you open the book. There are 2 kinds of students. One kind of students, they open the book, and therefore they needs to be tested while with the books closed. There's another level of students who do not think the need to open the book. Therefore, the entire endeavor of this Bhakti Shastri is to help you open the book. Therefore, we will having open book assessments as well. We'll talk about it next time, not today. Okay. So then followed by Bhagavad Gita 7 to 12. Okay, this is the Ananya Bhakti. We will be coming to the Ananya Bhakti before we go to the Sadhana Bhakti. The reason being, the facilitator asked for a change of schedule. Generally, it is supposed to be the Sadhana Bhakti first, but the facilitator, Premanjan Prabhu, he had scheduling issues. So we have scheduled him like this, and we will be having the Ananya Bhakti first. Okay. Again, around 1 month. No, this is not 1 month. This is going to be more intense, I guess. Damni, wasn't it supposed to be like more intense? What was the schedule here?
Yes, Prabhu, sorry.
Premanjan, he's not giving the same dates, right?
Yes.
What
The
was the
days will
change?
be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Thursdays. So please note this down. For this unit, the second unit, we will be also having sessions on Thursdays.
Sorry, Prabhu. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Okay, Sundays also.
Yes.
So Sunday to Wednesday. But there's a good news. Okay, there's a bad news and there's a good news. Which one you would like to hear first? There's a bad news and there's a good news.
Good news.
Bad
Bad
first.
news.
Bad news.
Bad news is, okay, bad first. The bad news is like you will be having classes on Sundays as well for this unit. Now the good news. The good news is this is not going to stretch for 1 month. Okay, it will finish, as you can see, in half a month. All right, instead of 1 month, you will be finishing the unit in half a month. Right? Okay, so then you will again have your closed book assessments as in the due course of time, 21st. Then the third is Hanumat Preksha Maharaj. We will be introducing most of the speakers in a while. And he will be facilitating Nectar of Instructions. Nectar of Instructions. Okay. So Nectar of Instruction means basically it's a small unit. So we will be finishing it in a fortnight. Same, back to the Monday to Wednesday schedule, back the same schedule. The only exception is the Bhagavad Gita 7 to 12, Premanjan Prabhu schedule. Then for Nectar of Devotion, we would be having her is Anand Leela Mataji, and with her, the later part of the unit will be covered by His Grace Atul Krishna Prabhu. We will be coming to the facilitators, and this is again for whole 1 month. This is one of the most intense part of the program. Okay? So be prepared for this. It's going to be one of the most intense part of the program. And followed by, this is now you have already crossed August. Okay. So now August time, we will be dividing the Bhagavad Gita chapters 13 to 18 between pre and post Janmashtami sessions. And in between, we will be having leave for Janmashtami. Okay? Because during Janmashtami, there's a lot of preparation. Neither the facilitator is free, nor are the students. So we will be like, riding this both ways, and we'll be having this. That's why you see the session is extending over a month, because that includes the Janmashtami leaves. Okay. So basically it's the same, but it's because the Janmashtami is extended. The final unit, preaching from the Bhakti Shastras from Ishopanishad, will be facilitated by His Grace Shivas Prabhu. His Grace Shivas Prabhu. And then after that, you will be all waiting for the certificates. All right. So, questions? Questions? Yes. Ashwin Prabhu, maybe you missed that part. That Bhagavad Gita is available and other books might not be available. So then, as I'm repeating, so we will, those who need whatever books you require, you post it in our WhatsApp group in your name, and Damni Maji will collect the details and try to facilitate at least those who are within Pakistan. Okay, and for Aarti Mataji, we will try to arrange something for sure.
Hare Krishna.
For sure. Neelam Mataji, go ahead.
Yeah, you have shared the 2 booklets. You asked us to get the print out of that Bhakti Shastri guideline. There were 2 of them.
Yeah,
So
I'm coming to
which
that.
one
That's
you have?
the next one.
Okay.
Coming back to that. That's the next one. That's the next question. Thank you. Okay, you help me bring in to the next topic. So yes, so let's go to our what we call students handbook. Okay, this is the students handbook. Okay, you see Bhakti Shastri course students handbook. So it's for you, and it's for you to print it out for yourself. Okay, keep it printed out with yourself, because this is the handbook we will be referring to throughout the Bhakti Shastra. Okay. We will discuss the student handbook in more detail in the next one, where we will be discussing the assessments as well. Okay, we will discuss the students handbook and we will discuss the assessments in the next orientation. But for this one, let's go back. This is, and along with that, there's another which we have sent you, and that is called the students quotes book. Quotes, book of quotations. Okay, book of quotations. Where is it? Oh, God. Right. It's taking time. Give me a second. Let me pull it out. Let me pull this from the. Yes. to share. This is it. You see, the other one also looks the same, except for it is the Srila Prabhupada quotes for Bhakti Shastra. Okay, this is a quotes book. This has got quotations which we will be requiring during the course of our studies. You see, this have got quotes from all these books which we will be referring to. Bhagavad Gita, Nectar of Devotion, Ishopanishad, and Nectar of Instructions. So you might be requiring this course book in the course of your studies of Bhakti Shastra. So we urge you, we implore you, we request you to kindly print your own personal copies. Don't rely on the soft copies only. Okay. All right. So these are, we will discuss more this examination and handbook part the next time. Now let's go to the most juicy part. Ready for the nectar? The nectara, as they call it in Spanish. The nectara. Yeah. So yes. So yeah, so the nectar. So the nectar is an introduction to most of our speakers and facilitators. The guest speakers will be speaking about the Bhakti Shastra values and the facilitators. Okay. So I'm not going by a particular order, but I'm just giving you a snapshot at what you can expect. I'm starting with His Holiness Bhakti Raghav Swami Maharaj. Okay. He will be introducing some values on centered around Varnashram. That is part of the first 6 chapters of Bhakti. And His Holiness Bhakti Raghav Swami Maharaj is a disciple of Prabhupada. You can go to his biography, and I'm sending it to Damni, and she is going to forward this to you in her own time. In her own time, she can forward this. So, what can one thing I would like to, I would want to mention you about Bhakti Raghav Maharaj, which is not mentioned in the biography. Okay, but that's certainly his humility. In 1984, ISKCON Mayapur, you know about ISKCON Mayapur, right? You have a center in Mayapur, ISKCON Mayapur. That's one of our headquarters. Yeah. Yes, Prerna. All right. So in 1980, you can always refer back to the recordings. All right. So in 1984, ISKCON Mayapur was attacked, physically attacked by over 200 gundas. 200 dacoits, they attacked ISKCON Mayapur. That means armed bandits. So, and they, after whatever they looted, they tried to carry our deities. They would like steal the deities and they will sell it where whatever they want to do. So there was a pujari who was doing the seva at that time for the deities of Radha Madhav. And that pujari was, obviously pujaris are unarmed, as you can understand. You see, we don't yet have armed pujaris in ISKCON. So we don't yet have armed pujaris in ISKCON. So that pujari, unarmed, as you can understand, stood in the way of those dacoits and the deities and said, "Over my dead body." That pujari got shot in his leg. And as a result, his leg was amputated. That pujari later on took sannyas and took the name of Bhakti Raghav Swami. Okay. So these are those devotees who have defended Krishna with their lives and not try to hide behind Krishna. Okay. He is the minister for Varnashram ministry, Bhakti Raghava Swami Maharaj, and a lot of experience, more than 50 years of Krishna consciousness behind him, proper disciple. So you can certainly read more about it and we will interact in due course of time. That's the first Bhakti Raghava Swami Maharaj. The next in the line is, these are all the who's who. We could try to find out. Yes, the next I would introduce is yes, please message. Yeah, I must leave at a point in time. Yeah, all good things must come to an end. Let's share the next speaker, not exactly in the line, but yeah. His Grace Rasamandal Prabhu, you can say the pioneer of ISKCON education. ISKCON has got 3 functional schools. Okay, ISKCON has got 3 functional schools in UK. They're called the Avanti schools. Okay. So the entire education system in UK for these schools is governed and is directed by this personality, and that's a very, I'm sorry, I forgot. This Bhakti Shastri program, what you are seeing, these handbooks, he is the man behind it. Rasamandal Prabhu. Okay. Whatever education program, right now many of our students must be seeing this 7-day Gita capsule programs. The basic notes for the Gita capsule is coming from him. Rasamandal Prabhu is a thoroughly bred educator, and I can show you his other contributions. If you see this, the heart of Hinduism, the entire education program that is being suggested in UK from our part, he is the man behind it. You see, where is he? Rasamandal Prabhu. Okay, so the heart of Hinduism, the whole website, he is the man behind this, the entire program. Whenever you see the term VTE in ISKCON, Vaishnava Training and Education, VTE, just remember the man behind this is Rasamandal Prabhu. Yet you won't easily find him on internet. He intends to keep a low profile. Okay, Rasamandal Prabhu. All right. These are like practically maybe for many of you, most of you, if not all of you, the first time you will be interacting with these devotees. Let's go to another personality. Oh yeah, His Grace Narasimha Kavach Prabhu. I don't have, I can pull the photograph as well, but for the time being, I leave it to you with this. Is it readable? Is this readable?
Yes, Prabhu.
Readable? Good. So if this is readable, so just read it for a second. Let me pull out the photograph. Please read on for yourself. Please read on for yourself. See you. How do you find this? Blood curdling? Yes. So it is him, Narsingha Kavach Prabhu. And guess what? It is him who is now the deity worship minister for ISKCON. Everything that goes on around ISKCON regarding deity worship, he is responsible. So he will be also sharing his experience and guiding us about the connection between deity worship and Bhagavad Gita. Okay. There's not a single day that he doesn't read Bhagavad Gita. I know. I have had the privilege of staying with him for a long time. There's not a single day, and it's the countless verses of Bhagavad Gita that he remembers on his own. That's Narsingha Kavach Prabhu. Okay. Another gem in the whole basket we'll be having. Let's go to Preksha Maharaj now, who will be facilitating the whole nectar of instruction. Hanumat Preksha Maharaj. He is a part scientist. Okay. And he is the devotee who carries the nectar of instruction book in his pocket generally. He travels around the world with this nectar of instruction in his pocket. So many years, at least 25 years I know of. And he shows and he says that I can defeat any philosophy in the entire world with the help of simply this one book. That is the book we have requested him to teach. It is to facilitate in the sense. So Hanumat Preksha Maharaj, interestingly for you, he is also a black belt in Okinawa Karate. Okay. So there are many feathers to his cap, and he's a scientist, by the way. Okay. So you can see he being participating in many scientific symposiums. You see, 2 World Congress for Synthesis of Science and Religion, participating Nobel laureates. So it's a very, but again, you won't find much about him. These are devotees who keep a low profile, but have done invaluable service to the mission of ISKCON and Srila Prabhupada and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hanumat Preksha Swami Maharaj. Next is, I'm just bringing out some of them, not all of them. Okay, let me bring for you another gem. His Grace, His Holiness Chandramauli Swami Maharaj. ISKCON also has a ministry for preaching in prisons. Yes, you heard it right. ISKCON prison ministry. And ISKCON does not have any prison. Okay. ISKCON goes around the world and preaches in prisons. And the person behind this endeavor is him, His Holiness Chandramauli Swami Maharaj. Okay. He doesn't call them jails. He calls them holy jails. He doesn't call them jails. He calls them holy jails, holy jail. See? You see, ISKCON prison ministry. And he has helped change lives of countless prisoners, going within prisons and reaching to hardened criminals and melting their hearts. So we'll be also be learning from His Holiness Chandramauli Swami Maharaj. Okay. Let's now go to another gem. Certainly you won't find him on the internet. No. He intends to keep a very low profile. And you see, I am using his Insta account to introduce you. so discreet is he. It is His Grace Madan Mohan Prabhu. In 1990, no, in 2002, that's of course 24 years ago. In 2002, Russian court, okay, the Federal Court of Russia banned Bhagavad Gita, citing it as a book that instigate violence. Yes, you heard it right. Banned Bhagavad Gita. And after banning the Bhagavad Gita, certainly ISKCON was like the next target. At that point in time, there was one devotee who challenged the entire Orthodox Christian Church into a national TV debate. And that was the national TV. That's not a private channel. RU, national TV debate. And after challenging the Orthodox Christian Church in the national TV debate, actually it was the other way around. They challenged and he accepted the invitation. And after the TV debate, the public opinion tilted completely in favor of the Bhagavad Gita. And the person, the man who was instrumental in doing so, the face is right in front of you. His Grace Madan Mohan Prabhu. Young may not know there was such a thing. I'm pretty sure the Hotwani family will remember. There was such a thing when we were young as Chechen War. Remember? Russia-Chechnya War? Yes. So during the Russia-Chechen War, during the Russian-Chechen War, both the parties were fighting, and certainly they would be, during the fight, the civilians will not have any rations. There was a team of Russian devotees who would supply prasadam in the war zone. And while they will be supplying the prasadam in the war zone, the Russian and Chechen fighters will declare an unofficial ceasefire. Part of the team is the person who is sitting in front of you, Madan Mohan Prabhu. Okay, so they have got many. That's why I said, but these are all hidden gems. They are very discreet. They are known by their deeds, not by the number of social media participants that follow them. Okay. So Madan Mohan Prabhu, we are expecting him also. Let's see, who do we have? Okay, this is Nasha Prabhu is already taken care of. Okay, now we have this Bhakti Shastri program is run under the Board of Examinations. Okay, you will be provided the certificate from the Board of Examinations. So the next in line is the chairman of the Board of Examinations, who is an Australian by birth but preaches in Bangladesh and fluent in Bangla. BOX chairman Atul Krishna Prabhu. So, and a veteran in ISKCON education. As we see Rasamandal Prabhu's one of the first and most known students is Atul Krishna Prabhu. More than 40 years of experience in ISKCON. And any educator of any worth in ISKCON has been at some point in time trained by Atul Krishna Prabhu. There is not a single educator in ISKCON worth his salt who has not been trained at some point in time by Atul Krishna Prabhu. He will be facilitating the later part of our Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Nectar of Devotion, from Raganuga Bhakti to Prema Bhakti, Atul Krishna Prabhu. Okay. And last but not the least, there are more in the story, but I think it's time. So let's leave with the last one. His Holiness Bhakti Gaurav Gauravani Goswami Maharaj. previous to his sannyas, known by the name of Vedavyas Prabhu. And he is a devotee basically from Germany. However, he preaches mostly in Southern America. And he will be facilitating a very specific topic, how Vaishnava bhajans corroborate with the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. He has spent an entire lifetime singing, practicing, mastering Vaishnava bhajans and the philosophy behind that. So we can expect a very melodious session. And he has also recently come up with a book, Symphony of Vaishnava bhajans, so which has got practically all the Vaishnava bhajans sung by Prabhupada with musical notations. So you can be Bhakti Gauravani Maharaj. He has also written a biography on Prabhupada in West Germany. So that would be on this note. I would like to leave you on this note. And there will be more in store next week for another orientation program, okay, where we will be discussing all about the assessments. All right. So that would be all for today. Any parting comments? Any parting comments, questions? Yes,
It was
Prabhu.
very informative.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Neelam Mataji. All right. So next week we will come up with more the orientation, the second part about examination, about class conducts. Okay, certain norms we will discuss. Thank you. Hare Krishna. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and all glories to all the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.